The Lady Ashbourne Chronicles, Episode 6, in which I am accommodated against my will. Previously on the Lady Ashbourne Chronicles, Lady Margot arrived at Raventhorn Hall to find gardens in rebellion, staff gossiping about harpies, and the Earl looking suspiciously attractive while covered in turnip-related warfare. Now comes the battle over proper accommodation.
25 minutes later, we were properly arranged in what he had grandiosely called the small parlour, though it was roughly the size of Ashbourne's entire ground floor.
The east wing is, of course, uninhabitable. Something about dormant fungus and possibly bats.
Bats are excellent for pest control.
These ones apparently developed a taste for tapestries. Expensive taste, I'm told.
The room smelled of damp, dust and neglect. Yet, beneath it all, something still vaguely grand, like an elderly duchess who'd fallen asleep in her best gown.
Your rooms have been prepared in the west wing. Mrs. Hathaway, she's been housekeeper here for 30 years, insisted on airing them out personally.
That won't be necessary.
I beg your pardon?
I'll be staying in the steward's quarters, near the kitchens or stables, wherever your last manager bunked.
The steward's quarters.
I'm here to work, Lord Thorncroft, not to play at being a guest. I need to be close to the staff, the kitchens, the heart of the household operations.
The last steward's quarters are currently occupied by 6 orphan barn cats and what Mrs. Hathaway insists is the ghost of a disgruntled gardener. No, I suspect it's just the chimney draft.
Perfect. I'll take it.
You'll do no such thing. You are here as my hired expert and professional consultant. You will be housed accordingly.
In the West Wing, with silk sheets and a lady's maid. How am I supposed to understand what's wrong with this house if I'm not experiencing its actual workings?
By using your eyes and considerable intelligence. Not by martyring yourself in a damp closet with feline companions.
I insist.
I refuse.
It's completely impractical for me to...
Mrs. Hathaway!
Yes, my lord?
Would you kindly show Lady Ashbourne to her rooms? The blue suite, I believe.
The West Suite, my lord. The blue has that issue with the ceiling.
Ah, yes. The west, then.
Mrs. Hathaway gathered up my sodden cloak, making disagreement not an option, much to my chagrin. This way, my lady.
Of course.
Dinner is at 7. Dress however you please. Half the portraits have been eaten by those tapestry-loving bats anyway. No one here to judge but the peacock, and he judges everyone.
The West Suite was offensive. Not in its decor, which was actually rather subdued by aristocratic standards. Not in its size, though one could have comfortably housed a family of 6 in its generous chambers.
These were her ladyship's rooms, Lord Thorncroft's mother, before she left for Italy.
With the fencing instructor.
His name is not spoken in this house. The 4-poster, my lady. Views across the gardens. And, of course, the bathing chamber.
There, gleaming in copper splendour, sat the largest bathtub I'd ever seen outside of a Roman illustration. It had feet, lion feet. It was already filled, steaming gently, just waiting for a weary traveller to soak. What could that man be thinking? I bit back a groan of longing.
His lordship suggested you might appreciate a warm bath after your journey. There's lavender oil on the table. Dinner will be served in 2 hours. Shall I send Mary to help you?
That won't be necessary. I dress myself.
As you wish, my lady.
She departed, leaving me alone with my traitorous thoughts and that damnable tub. I tested the water's temperature with my hand. This changes nothing. I'm still moving to the steward's quarters tomorrow. But even as I said it, I was already unfastening the buttons of my mud-spattered travelling dress. The water embraced me like a long-lost friend, hot enough to make my skin flush, scented faintly with lavender and something else. Rosemary, perhaps. Against my will, a sigh escaped me. Damn Percival Fairfax. Damn his perfectly hot bath and his stubborn insistence on treating me like I mattered. Ducking underwater to drown that particular thought. When I emerged, sputtering slightly, I noticed something on the small table beside the tub that hadn't registered before.
I've instructed the staff to follow your orders in all things, even when they're wrong, which I suspect will be often. Dinner awaits your pleasure, P.
Insufferable. Completely insufferable. But I didn't get out of the bath for another 20 minutes. That evening, I dressed for dinner in my second-best gown, trying to ignore how the luxurious accommodations made me feel both pampered and trapped. The dining room, when I found it, proved to be yet another exercise in overwhelming hospitality.
Lady Ashbourne, you look rested.
Your staff is very thorough.
Mrs. Hathaway believes in proper standards, even when the circumstances are irregular.
About tomorrow. I'll need a complete tour of the house. Every room, every problem, every creative solution your previous stewards have attempted.
All of them. Even the conservatory duck sanctuary.
Especially that. I need to understand what I'm working with.
I need to understand how long you think the restoration will take. Realistically.
A year. Perhaps more. Depending on what we discover when we start removing layers of creative decorating choices.
A year.
Too long. If you need it finished more quickly...
No. A year is perfect.
Finally. The staff will need reorganizing. That butler, for instance.
Already handled. Billups will be departing tomorrow morning with excellent references and a strong recommendation for employment elsewhere.
That quickly?
I don't tolerate anyone making my guests uncomfortable, particularly guests whose good opinion I value.
Well, that's efficient.
I have my moments.
And so Lady Ashbourne settles into Raventhorn Hall, discovering that luxury has its own form of seduction and that the Earl's consideration extends far beyond copper bathtubs. But what challenges await when the real restoration work begins? Next time on the Lady Ashbourne Chronicles, in which I attempt something sweet and regret it immediately, featuring morning revelations, mysterious pavilions, and the discovery that some gifts are more dangerous than others.